back to Urban Health and Fitness. This week I'm going to be talking about back care, and as a chartered physiotherapist, we commonly see back pain as our leading number one reason why people come into our clinics. There's a lot of misconceptions out there from a variety of different sources, from the internet through to what other people say, and what I wanted to do was just dispel some of these myths and actually talk about what really people should be doing when they start to get back pain. Okay, myth number one, people naturally assume that moving is going to make their back pain worse. Now, that's far from the truth. Maybe initially, if you've got an acute or very short period of pain, which has come on very suddenly, sometimes you may need to modify your movements. But over time, they will start to come back, and you should be trying to encourage natural movement. That includes bending and twisting. They're all part of natural function of your spine. So they should be starting to be integrated in any back mobility or any rehabilitation that you should be doing. So don't fear it. Start to embrace it and start to do a little bit more. Okay, myth number two is that you shouldn't be doing weight training when you get back pain. And a sensible approach to all of this really is that, yes, initially, like I've talked about, when you get an acute period of back pain, you may need to modify some of those activities. In most cases, there's always things that you can do to maintain some strength. But yes, you may need to alter and change things temporarily. But actually, in the long run, they've found that strength training has a huge benefit and can significantly improve your function and strength around your lower back. So it shouldn't be avoided. And weight training is just one other aspect of that will facilitate it. Okay, myth number three, which is a huge one, and that's related to scans. So the assumption is that people, when they have a scan, it will tell them what the problem is, and it's not always the case. A scan will just give you a picture and a snapshot of what's currently happening. It won't go into some of the reasons why you're getting the problems in the first place. And in most cases, actually, when we look at the vast majority of the population, we have all types of changes through our spine anyway, and those people don't have any pain. So it needs to be really put in context to what the problem that you're experiencing and reasoned within your rehabilitation and the solution to your back pain. Okay, myth number four, and that is a big one, and it's related to whether pain equals damage. And then we've found in research and more recently that actually that is not the case. We found that also that people that have pain for a long period of time, it's not necessarily associated with the tissue that's causing the pain in the first place. And this has thrown up a lot of other reasons why people continue to have pain, and that could be related to a variety of different reasons that need to be explored. Okay, myth number five, and this is all associated around the misconceptions and misunderstanding of medical terminology, and this is big. We see this a lot. The first number one is that my disc slip or this disc slip, and that's not the case. It's physically they're loaded structures and joints. They simply don't slip out and come back in again. Structurally, is not able to happen. Second one that I hear all the time is that the spine crumbles or my spine is crumbling. And again, simply not the case. Those structures are really strong, rigid structures that can't simply just crumble. And the third one really is, we hear all the time, is that something's popped in and out. And again, the spine is a really rigid structure that is able to sustain a lot of load. It doesn't simply just pop in and out as it needs to. There's lots of structures around the spine that support it, gives it stability and gives it its strength. And so if you start to understand that your back is strong and it's safe, you're able then to go forward and start to do things. So hopefully you've just seen or have heard five myths that maybe have just relieved a little bit of kind of apprehension that you have about back pain, and hopefully you can then start to move on and start to explore how your back can get better.